Hello, today I've got a review of kind of an interesting and niche product. It's the Chicago Stinger mute made by Hirschman Mutes. It's a really sort of, I guess, novelty, unique type mute. I don't know of any makers that are doing anything quite like this nowadays. And it's sort of a modern version of the old Humes & Berg BuzzWow mute that is long since out of production. And it's basically like three kazoos made into a mute. Very interesting sound and probably very, very few applications of this. So for the cost, this is nearly $100. I'm not sure if it's really worth that much money, but it certainly is a fun sort of trick novelty type item, or perhaps in more modern compositions, composers may have a use for this. Some things that I don't love about this mute. Number one, I don't feel like it plays super well, like the actual experience of playing the trombone while this is in. I find that it really messes with pitch and response, and I kind of have to like brute force the instrument into doing what I want it to do. I don't know, like, I'm not a mute maker, but I feel like it's rather thick up top here. I wonder if that was a little thinner, if the horn would speak better. The other thing is that with the three vibrating membranes in here, it's very buzzy. I would say like 90% buzz, 10% pitch. And I wish that I heard a little less buzz and a little more pitch. And I experimented. These are removable. These little caps here screw out, and you can, in case like the membrane breaks or something in there, they give you a replacement. And I thought, maybe if I take one of those out, that'll get me closer to the sound that I want. But for some reason, the mute then doesn't work, which was interesting. So it's a little bit one-dimensional in that you can't make it less buzzy, but I wish it were a little less buzzy. Some things that are really interesting about it or cool. This, at least part of it, is 3D printed. This is one of many mutes that are now on the market that are 3D printed, which I just really love that whole like idea of being able to 3D print mutes or portions of mutes. Also kind of an interesting like cork design. I forget exactly what they call this, but the corks are really solid. They're not going to fall off. And I know I just critiqued the sound, but I think it's a very cool and unique sound. I think there especially could be applications in really like new music type settings. Sort of using this as like kind of a fuzz or a distortion pedal without actually needing effects pedals plugged in. Like especially if you're to do like lower notes or some multiphonics, you really get that like kind of aggressive, grungy sort of sound. Also, like for sort of like fluttery, like I guess maybe if you're trying to emulate like the sound of bees flying around when I do fast sort of lip trill, lip slur type things. I could see kind of a useful musical affect there. So I can see some applications of this for sure, but it's a really novelty product, very expensive for what it is, kind of cool, mixed feelings on it. Hope this video was helpful.